guys. I just wanted to go over a few things that you might start collecting as you're growing in your crocheting adventure. Shout out to the crochet club at the schools that are going along with these, and I hope that they're helping. We're going to do a quick repair on this flag. I'll show you what all these little things are. I came up to a spot where it's got a bad part in the yarn, and I'll show you how to fix that in just a minute. But first, let's go over some of these supplies that I have here. Some things you might look at getting. Now these are all really fun. These are from Premier, which I did a review on some of their mystery boxes, if you want to look that up. These are the little balls that you put on the top of the hats. When you crochet a hat, do you see that? Excuse my mosquito bite. Sorry, I'm allergic to them. But these are the fox fur pom-poms. And after you make the hat, you just take tapestry needle and draw in the string through the top of the hat. And we might actually make one. Now here's one of the needles that you might start collecting. These are the weave in the loose ends. You're going to have these loose ends that you want to weave in. And what you would do is thread that needle and I would just continue doing it until I got, a good part of it in there, not all of it. But you just kind of go back and forth, and that makes it very secure. Another type of these needles are just the regular old-timey sewing needles. I've used the large ones before I picked these up. I've used the larger needles and was able to put the yarn in it, a little bit of effort. And you can use that also. So they're just needles. Another thing, depending on where you're from, we refer to crochet hooks as needles. These are the crochet hooks. Also, you might look at getting some stitch savers. I got these online. This was a bag of 100, and I keep these in my little containers over here. And I just have sitting next to me a bunch of them. And as I do my projects, you just unhook one, slips up, add onto your project. This happens to be a flag I'm working on. And I was in there crocheting, and I came to this bad spot on the yarn. And of course, remember, when we connect two colors or we connect yarn, even the same color, to another piece of yarn, we need to leave some length to work with. I stopped it about this point. These little, I put a chain of them so I can find it easy. And I put the little stitch markers in there. So, see if I can get it hooked on there. Just put it on. and close it. And that way my work's not coming unraveled. I dangle several of them so I can find easy. I'm not just trying to find one little small hook. So these are stitch markers. And I don't keep all 100 at my chair. I just put a cluster of them together. Lay them down on my chair where I'm working at. Another thing you might look at is as you're learning to crochet, sometimes people will refer to the gate of the item or your crochet stitches. And it's like if you change some and they say, well, you wanted this measurement, 4 by whatever, based on how you chain, how tight your work is, which is all individual for people. You can go, oh, okay, from the start of my chain to here, like if this was your crochet project, start of your chain to here, this many stitches. So instead of them saying crochet 12 stitches 3 times over and then add a chain of 3, you would go ahead and go, okay, well, they wanted this long. That took me 12 stitches or 15 stitches, depending on how you crochet, to meet that 4-inch marker. But my project needs to be 12 inches, so I know I need to take many stitches you used to make this 4-inch, and you need to make it your 12 inches, if that's clear as mud. So you may take 15 chains and do 15 plus 15 plus 15, so 3 rounds of 15 chains in order to meet 12 inches. Or it may take you, depending on your gait, 12 chains of 12 and then 12 to meet the 12 inches. So it depends on how big you crochet, how tight you crochet, but you'll get more used to that as you do it. But that will let you know. So this is an item that you might look up and get. These are usually $1 or $2. You can get them in the sewing section at Walmart, order them online, and it's a measuring tape. It will help with projects. I've made a few clothing outfits and had to measure, so that's very handy. So these are some things you might look at doing. You're cutting your work. I have 2 options I use. I started out with this little pencil holder. I think I picked this up at Walmart. I've had it so long it's stained. And these little holes on the back are where, so after this video's over with, that's what I'll do. In here, I keep a little supplies, googly eyes, and buttons, and I have a big solid pencil holder, one of these hard plastic ones that I use. And the project I'm working on, like this blanket, I keep what yarn I'm using in here. Just kind of helps you stay organized. if I run out and I have to go back to the store, I can go ahead and go, oh, my little slip that goes over it is in here. So, and then I put that on top and close it all up. Meow. All right, let's get this repair. Our scissors. And here's the project. This is 70 inches wide. And a queen size mattress is 56 or 60 inches. So this is as wide as a queen size mattress. And I'm working on the length, but it's an American flag. And it's going to be one of the blue line American. And on the other side, I'll put the blue section with the 50 stars. So I'm in the middle of this project. This is what I'm working on. You guys have been reviewing those other tapes. There are other YouTube videos. So let's see. I was crocheting along, came to a back spot, put my markers in place so I wouldn't lose my spot. So I'm going to tilt this down a little bit because I know it's up just a hair. Do you remember from the previous video on how to combine yarn or combine a different color? And you can just put the yarns together. We're going to use the same cotton. I'm going to cut out the back part because that will probably long enough in your work. So we'll get rid of that. And remember, we can lay two down beside each other and tie one end together. And then over here, get over here where I can see you better. We'll tie this end together, and I'm just looping it in, and then I bring it around that one. And pull it up through the hole. And pull it tight. And then you pull them together and kind of tighten it a little bit more. In essence, you have 3 knots in one, the knot on each end, and it comes together to form a knot. And when you're crocheting a large blanket like this, maybe for a raffle or a giveaway, Christmas gift, I'm making this for somebody that's finished his private investigator's license. And you will want to make sure that your gift to the person does not come unraveled. That would kind of be embarrassing. Take a moment and do these steps, even practice them, so that your projects will come out and look great, but also you're going to know that if that person happens to throw it in the washing machine and wash it, or, toss it around a little bit here and there, because we're not always easy with everything, then your project's going to hold together. Now, at this point, I showed you in the last video, you can clip it on a blanket. I like to take it and crochet these ends down. But I'm going to go ahead and just show you and remind you, if you clip them, don't clip them all the way to the knot. I see so many people doing that, and then they also come undone. Lots of them come undone. You see videos later on of them repairing those things. There is tapestry glue that you can put on here also, and it's washable. And you can put a little dab of glue on that to help secure it more. So now that I have my repair, get the crochet hook back over here. This is kind of big to maneuver around. I'll go ahead and take out a stitch marker. See, these are real easy to just slip out. And I close that up so my others don't fall off. All this going the wrong direction of crochet. I set it up for display. Finishing this row. This is a double crochet. You've learned a single crochet. After you chain however many you need to, and you can see it as you're working with the chain here, wrap your yarn around your hook. And turn on that light so you can see it a little bit better. And you would just go into the top of the chain, grab your yarn, and pull up and go through 2, and grab your yarn and go through 2 again. That's your first double crochet. So wrap your yarn, go through your hook, your chain, hook, chain, however you want to see it. You're hooking those on there. I've always called it a hook. You go through. Let me do it again so you can see where this knot is coming up. You go through the hole, grab your yarn, pull it through, pull through 2, pull through 2. Grab your yarn, go through again, pull through 2, and pull through 2. So if you need to space one in between, you can put a chain and space, skip that one, and go through the next one. Just kind of depends on what your pattern is written for. There's the knot. You can kind of see why I like to leave the tails a little bit longer. You can then weave them into that and it hides it a little better. But regardless, I kind of just try to squish it in the larger part of what I'm working on. But it is not going to unravel. So, pressed them online, and mine is bigger than the ones that I've seen online. Kind of intentional. I was wanting to see how long it would take and maybe do a video over it. But these are for one that's 10 inches smaller in a simple pattern is almost $300, depending on where you get it. This is a more complex pattern and stitch work, and most of them have with the and you know, this is definitely over a $300 value. So while you're wanting to learn crochet and you're wanting to learn these fun things, don't forget that what you make has value and it has a price, and your time has a price. And I think it's kind of neat. Remember our first instruction video? Your first stitches where you took this string and you put it through the crochet hook. And I said all crocheting is making the string do what you want it to do. And as you continue to learn, that string will do what you want it to do. This is all just simple one string, one strand, one stitch at a time. All right. I hope you guys are doing great. I'll be back here in another few days. We'll post again. Bye.